Hi everyone, it's great to be doing another video. So I thought I would finally get one up that let you know exactly what's happening with my tank at the moment. So I recently put in some foxtail, which is the green that you can see floating around the place. Again, if you haven't seen my previous videos, the reason I get this one is because it generally will stay on the surface of the tank and it floats around, so it does look very pretty. Gives some depth to your tank, and the yabbies don't uproot it, which is even better. Now, there's a few little ones that are lingering in this tank. So I've moved the mum to a separate tank, and I've put all the babies that I previously had in the separate tank into this one. So you can see one little one in the corner there, and there was a big blue one who's just coming through now, not camera shy at all. He's the biggest in the tank at the moment, and you can see such a colour difference here. It's amazing. He is so interactive. He's absolutely beautiful. This is the joy of getting them when they're super young and small. It means that they're not afraid to come out and be around you. If you get them when they're much bigger, all you'll ever see of them is them tucked away in these rocks. Trust me, I know. I've previously gotten a mate, which was in my earlier videos, called Monty, and he hardly ever came out. He just stayed in his rock. I got him as an adult to breed with my crayfish. So if you get them this young, they're happy to be out and about and interactive. You can see the size difference there is quite substantial. It's amazing considering they're siblings. So in this tank at the moment, I actually have probably about 9 yabbies lingering about the place. There's quite a few smaller ones. Those two are the largest. If I can get, that's probably a good size reference. You can see the two there. Amazing with the colouring. Love it. He's obviously my favourite. I love that blue. I love the blue. I think it's gorgeous, and he's really picked up traits that I love from his dad, which was the whopper, who sadly is no longer with us. He recently passed, and he was probably about 3 when he passed, which is an amazing lifespan. And I had him since he was a baby. So I'll see if I can find any of the really small ones lingering in the tank. So if I get right in there, there's one about the place. So these guys are, if I put my hands up to the tank, really small compared to the others. So there's probably around that size, as I said, probably another 6 or 7 that are actually in here. There's plenty of places for them to hide. They can often go up into the greenery, and they'll just chill out up there. Can't see any back there with my filter. There you go, massive size difference. And they'll just hang out. So I don't think there's any more that I can kind of point out to you at the moment. So I'll show you what's happened to the mum in the meantime. So this is where the tiny terror is residing at the moment. You can see she's gotten massive. She's huge, absolutely beautiful. This is a temporary setup. We're moving states in the next couple of weeks. So she's just hanging out in here until she gets packaged up. So she's got her heating, some greenery, everything that she needs in here. As you can see, she's super interactive as well. And again, this is what you get when you get them from a small age. They come out, they're happy to engage with you. And that's, you know, if you've got kids, that's what they want. They want something interactive. So you'll notice my crazy setup here. Couple of reasons why I'm doing this. If you've watched earlier videos, you may remember that this tank used to have chicken wire covering the top, so they couldn't get out. So she's far too big now to be worried about getting out of these two. But if I move that, there's quite a substantial gap there, which she could indeed get out of. So I've actually covered that, and this is 10 litres. I mean, that's overkill. Don't get me wrong, it's totally overkill, but a big heavy weight on here because she could easily move this plastic and get out of the tank, and there's quite a fall to the floor there, let alone out of the tank. So I'd hate for her to get harmed. So for her safety, I put something heavy to keep the lid on, and I also make sure she can't get out of any of the grooves that are there. So that's where she's residing at the moment, and I've just fed her, so I might go feed the other ones. Now, I'm not sure how interactive this is going to be when I put the feeding brick in, but we'll find out. So there's a couple of things that I do feed them. Again, in previous videos, if you look, you can see another little baby just in that corner there, poking its head out. Is this one, crab cuisine. So it's just little, if I focus again, a bit hard. It's just crab cuisine. I get it online, and what I tend to do is I just keep it in a little container. Excuse me guys, my photography skills suck today. I keep it in a little container like this, and they get fed that kind of a little pinch once every day to every second day. This is the other thing they get. I just get this from my local pet store. They're little meat cubes. So new packet, and tiny terror at the back has already been fed. So I'm going to pop one into the tank here and we'll see what happens. Our little tan one from earlier has come to the other side of the tank. I don't know where our big blue one is, but no doubt once we get this in the water, they'll come out. So let me pop one in. Just noticed as I was going to pop it in, up there is one little Yabbie crawling through the greens. I did say they hide up there. There's our blue one, lingering around the back there. So let's pop a feeding brick in. So they will tend to float for a little bit, solely because it's frozen. So once it starts to thaw out, it does drop. The fish will generally come and nibble on this as well. So I'll probably give them a little feeding brick like this maybe once, for these guys being so small. You can see it's getting a couple of little ones that were hidden away to pop their heads out. They can smell it. So I will give the little ones in here, and as I said, there's probably about 9 of them, a feeding brick maybe once a week, because it is a lot that's there. And then the tiny terror that's in the other tank, I give that to her maybe once every 3 days. So she might get it maybe once a week or twice a week, usually twice a week because I'm a big softie. Be careful, you can really overfeed yabbies. So it's important to be restrained. They're just kind of like goldfish. You can't really go feeding them too much. So with this, yabbies can actually not be fed and not eat for up to a couple of weeks. It's quite significant. So it's super impressive. They're great pets to have if you go away on holidays frequently. He's super interactive over in that left-hand corner there. Can sense it in the water, just can't quite find it. So in the meantime, he's smaller Yabbie will enjoy it until he comes over to take it from her, which will happen soon enough. Biggest Yabbie in the tank always wins. So here we go. So yes, they can go up to a couple of weeks. I wouldn't dream of leaving them a couple of weeks without having some kind of person checking in on them. But if you are going to leave them, make sure they have plenty of green in the tank. They really do need it. And of course, making sure that that the filter's clean and all that stuff. So there you go. It's a quick exchange of hands. For the food, they'll go into the dark. My camera will lose focus. He's even popped himself out the back here, near where the filter is. I can't quite get him. Bit camera shy, perhaps while he's eating. So yes, clean filter and plenty of greenery. And if I was leaving the tiny terror by herself, I would absolutely have a couple of these fish in the tank. So that's everything that's been happening with my tanks lately. It's really great to do a video. I'd love feedback, and if you have any requests, I'd be happy to do videos for that. So thank you, and yeah, I absolutely love them. They really are my little treasures, these Yabbies, I won't lie.